Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joe from the Spot of Joe. If you like it, like it. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to share, share. If you want to comment, comment. Today, I'm going to talk to you about self-awareness and my company, Book Off Books. We make self-awareness tools, which can also be used for artistic endeavors, if you like. This is one of the journals I've made. This is one of the ones with the stitching and the burgundy vegan leather on it. One of the ones I really appreciate because the color on this baby is gorgeous. I'm working here in my studio with my sewing frame. I'm really proud of this. Now, before I go into some of the reasons I really appreciate self-awareness and my story, I'm going to share with you some really cool stuff about this guy right here, this baby. So this is a sewing frame, and I specifically created it so this can fit in. It actually fits in exactly. Put it in this way. And it fits in so perfectly that you can use this in the bottom of a suitcase with very, very little space. Because my ideal and the life I'm working towards, and where I will be very soon, is I make these on the road and sell them around the world. I feel like people in a lot of places need self-awareness, and they need tools, because for many people, self-awareness, they've been taught out of it by the world around them, and they need to be taught back into it, or to unlearn that stuff, and to go back into self-awareness. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. As a kid, I moved around a lot. I was born in Pennsylvania. I lived in Hershey for 7 years. A great place. And at one point, my dad's job moved, and we moved out to California, which was interesting and is a cool experience to live in California. I lived there from when I was 7 till when I was 18. But in the process, my parents went through a very tough divorce, which rattled our family. The one way I like to describe it is that it was almost like an emotional bomb went off in our family and kind of blew us all apart. And even to this day, we all live in separate parts of the globe, which is, at one level, it's great because I learned to travel at a very early age, and I became very adventurous. And my family in general is pretty adventurous, which is a very big part of it. That's a benefit that came out of this part of our family's history. But at the same time, I realized that a big section of it was that we weren't really aware of the energy we were putting out into the world. We weren't aware individually of how we were affecting the rest of the people in our family. And it's not just in my family that I see this, it's in a lot of people's families. And I see how becoming more aware of yourself, becoming more aware of the energy you're putting out, and how you're thinking, how you're acting, and how you're affecting your world and your own life, and how perfecting your own life helps everybody around you, because when you're happy, you put good energy into the world, and everybody else around you is happy as well. I realize that a lot of people need a little bit of a kick into self-awareness, some kind of tool, because everybody wants a good life, and some of us know what we want. Some of us think we know what we will. Most of us think we know what we want. Some people are in existential crises. They don't know what they want. And I feel like knowing what you want is important. Knowing where you are is somewhat important, only if you're in a block. Because if you want to go somewhere, you need to make sure that you focus more on where you're needing to go, where you like to go, and bring that to your present. That's the real work. But sometimes we get into patterns, we get into blocks, and in those times we need to become aware of the blocks and the patterns that we have, so that we can push past them. Not really push past them, but like accept the patterns and move with new patterns. Move with new awareness of your state, of your emotional state, so that you can focus on your end goal, which for me is really to build this business to help people become aware of their own emotional states, and to improve their lives, to hit their goals. I want my journals to be used for self-awareness, for art. Some people do this with sketching and journaling, and I want them to be used for really. I mean, if you come up with a new purpose to use your journal, I'm happy as long as it helps you become self-aware and improve your life, and express yourself in a way which pushes you forward, which propels you forward towards your ideal life and bringing your ideal life into the present. That's all I really want for my business. And of course, I want my business to provide for myself as well. But for it to provide to me, I want it to provide to people who need self-awareness first. So yeah, that's a little bit about Book Off Books. I'll come out with some more videos, and I'm considering opening up a channel, a Book Off Books channel, to teach directly the art of bookbinding. That's something I believe I'll do. I'm almost decided on it. I'm not entirely decided on it, but I'm almost decided on it. And I hope that this reaches you. I hope you like it. If you're curious, I put a link in the description below to my online store. You feel free to buy 1 or 2 or 3. I know a lot of people that I've typically got some people buying 3, 1 for themselves and then 2 for gifts. That seems to be a pretty common thing. You can just buy 1 for yourself if you want to try it out first. That's fine too. I'm curious, comment, do you want me to have, to create a new channel? Do you want me to create a specific channel for Book Off Books to talk about self-awareness and the art of bookbinding? Let me know in the comments, and I wish you the best.